All right, and here he is. Thanks again to Hot 6, by the way, for sponsoring this awesome tournament. Down here at the bottom right, he is...
Kammania Sen.
And it's much harder to pull off a rush like that on a 4-player map. They're both sending their overlords out to scout, but it's going to be harder to find your opponent for that kind of rush. But here is his opponent. He's up a game right now from a really well-timed out build. Caught Sen off guard. He is
MVP Sniper.
Yeah, I really think Sen should do a much better job this game. I don't think he's going to get caught off guard by anything. Sniper seems that he's actually going to be doing a much more standard build this time. No early pull or anything like that. It's forced cross positions and no gold minerals. It's the GSL version of Antigua, which is now basically the standard. Hardly any tournaments use gold, or rather, all tournaments use non-gold Antigua is what I mean to say.
Yeah. I didn't know it was forced cross positions, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is forced cross positions, so that's something a lot of people don't know. So basically it turns it into a 2-player map with different spawning locations.
Yeah. Interesting. And so that's why we do have these players. They actually, I wasn't thinking that before, that's why I said like it would be harder to pull off because they wouldn't know where to scout, but in fact I guess they would. But they are sending their overlords across the map, over, again, not directly to the enemy base, but directly towards the expansion and through a route that is likely to scout anything that's coming towards them on the ground. So very smart.
Sen has gone for gas first in the pool. Looks like he wants to speedling expand. He may continue mining the gas though, as his opponent has gone hatch first, so he will need a baneling nest, and it'll be up to Sen to decide what he wants to do with that. Pool finishes, speed starts immediately, and the drones are being pulled out of gas, so it looks like Sen does want to just leave one in there just because he will have to make that baneling nest when he scouts the hatchery, but he's going to want to make his hatchery as soon as possible. And that earlier speed for Sen is going to be so important in this matchup. It allows him to control the flow of the game. He has his Zerglings where he wants them. His opponent cannot control that. His Zerglings will always have a presence on the map until his opponent's speed finishes. Yeah. And that Overlord's about to scout the hatchery is not quite yet done so.
Yeah, I'm not surprised after that last game to see Sen doing something a little bit more safe, going for, I didn't see what drone count he was on, but definitely going for the earlier pool before his expansion, because that way, you know, if the same build comes out again, if Sniper decides to do the same exact build, Sen can hold it off the next time much easier. Yeah. And there's the baneling nest going down for Sen now that he scouted the expansion.
And the reason why he has to make that is because he knows his opponent's going to have twice the production as him. He just needs to have it, regardless of whether he wants to attack his opponent, he just has to have the baneling nest. Yep. And his speed's going to finish here. This will allow him to sneak into the main base, and if he does, he will see that Sniper has mined a lot of gas.
Oh, and he is about to have speed finish, but he's backed off. Spinecrawler's going down, and I think that would be a really important move to actually run his speedlings past there and do a scout. And there's the baneling nest going for Sniper as well. Very common when you've gone for a fast expansion, especially if you know your opponent did not, because you don't want to get caught off guard. You have more production, but they have more production earlier. He tries to run up the ramp. The queens are there, though. Completely denies that scout. Yeah,
really nice job by Sniper being totally on top of things. Not even missing the inject with that. Now he's going to, as soon as his inject is done, he sends one queen to the inject, then goes to block the ramp, then we'll send a second queen. Doing a great job not missing any injects, but also continuing to block the ramp. Great job by Sniper staying on top of that. Meanwhile, a few banelings have morphed actually back at Sen's natural, and he's just using those, looks like, defensively here. Just wants to play safer. Obviously last game he got caught off guard by some aggression. Notice that Sen keeps checking the Zergling count. He's trying to find out if his opponent wants to attack him here or if he's trying to drone up, and the only way to do that is just to periodically go up and check. There's no other way.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's very smart. I mean, basically he's just made a few banelings. It's enough that if Sniper attacks, he'll be able to kill off the Zerglings with, you know, a few banelings. And assuming he doesn't lose it there, oh, does manage to pick that off. And in the process, he's gained himself enough time to drone up to try and catch up with the economy of Sniper, and he's almost caught up in the drone count, actually.
Yeah, 31 to 31 actually has a few drones finish.
Oh, there you go.
So he's, you know, catching up very quickly. Both players really even on the drone count. 4 drones in production for both players as well right now. The lair is the reason why he was getting that extra gas. He's now taking a second gas, and will take his third and fourth gases as natural, I believe. and I think we're going to see Mutalisk play actually out of him. There's no Roach Warren just yet, and I think on this type of situation, well, there is the Roach Warren, so maybe I'm mistaken.
Huh. Yeah, oftentimes when they go for that Spire, it's just off 2 bases, and then you see them just put down a bunch of Spine Crawlers and hold out against the enemy attack, but he's gone for a Roach Warren and an Evo Chamber, so he actually might have just put down the gas so he has enough gas to produce roaches off 2 full saturated bases.
Yeah, plus getting the upgrades out will be nice. Now, of course, you can see Sen here has started his +1, so both players going for basically an exact build. The only difference is that Sen is not committed to the lair. Now, that lair is going to be very helpful for getting the roach speed out, which means he can get a better concave with his roaches. He can control the battles a lot better. I really like that choice of getting the fast lair because there's no real downside to it. Now, right now, the worker count is actually still fairly even. Sniper at 46 to Sen's 44. With 5 more on the way for Sniper, so he's actually going to take a pretty hefty lead here in workers very soon, and actually is even going to aggressively take a third. Ooh. Sniper is taking more risks than Sen right now, but he's also got control of the center. He even has an Overseer floating around, so I really like this.
Well, Sen actually took his third at the exact same moment, though. And Sen, he is behind. His lair has just begun, whereas the lair of Sniper is just ended, just finished. And he's getting the roach speed as well. So they're pretty much matched right now in all things except for the fact that Sniper has his roach speed finishing early, but their upgrades are the same. They're both getting roaches at the same time. Oh, nice Baneling hits there. Is he going to be able to... Oh, if he can land that Baneling on all those Zerglings, it's not going to happen, though.
Nice control by Sniper, man. Well. He traded 2 Banelings for 4 against Sen, and then was able to control that 1 Baneling and save his hatchery. And now he has a Zergling count to force Sen to make more units because he might counterattack at his third. It looks like Sniper's actually going to hold back, though. Right now, the Roach count has started for both players. Sniper with up to 8 now, and Sen is producing just his first 9 now. So it's going to be a fairly even Roach count. The upgrades right now a little bit ahead for Sen for +1, but of course Roach speed is going to be done. Infestation Pit on the way for both players, so this is a really even game where both players are doing almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's turning out to be really, really even. And Sen is now starting his Roach speed, and his, both their infestation pits are almost finished. Now here's the thing, Sen doesn't really know what's going on. Sniper has been scouting a lot better, so we see Sen putting up Spore Crawlers right now because he doesn't know if mutas are coming right now.
Yeah,
he has no idea, whereas Sniper has been running Overseers through his base and all kinds of stuff like that to see. He knows that Sen is not getting a Spire, so he's like, alright, well I can just continue upgrading roaches, I don't have to bother with spores.
Yeah, the only thing that Sen has seen is that third base, which should tip him off into thinking there are no mutas because of how he saw with the Zerglings, but here we go. We have 5 Infestors on the way for Sniper now, and both players getting +2. Burrow on the way for Sniper, not for Sen. He's getting his Roach speed right now, and he's adding his gases. Both players, of course, getting their gases at their third base. The gases of Sniper a little bit ahead, and notice a supply 130 for Sniper to 102 for Sen. Sniper getting a little bit further ahead, just getting more and more roaches out. He's just like 1 step ahead in everything. It looks like he's even going to send a drone to take the north base rather than taking the center. I like that choice. And a ZVZ on a map like this, I think taking the north base is a smarter one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And of course, we do have Sniper timing the Infestors to pop out right after the Pathogen Gland upgrade is finished. So all 5 of those brand new Infestors, or I think he has 4 at the moment, are going to have fungal growths available, and those are going to be so crucial in the Roach versus Roach battles.
Right now the Roach count 21 to 11, and with 10 more Roaches about to come out for Sen, it's going to even up a little bit, but there's still more on the way for Sniper. The Infestor count right now, 7 to 4 in Sniper's favor. He's just got a little bit more of everything. His +2 missile weapons are a little bit behind. That may come into play if he engages right now, right when Sen's +2 finishes. We'll see, though. Looks like he's going to fight right before Sen's finishes anyways.
Wow, yeah, it looks like he is going for a +2. No, he's going to stop on the rocks. And, well, I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be really, really close. I think that they're probably not going to fight until Sens and Snipers are both finished with that +2.
The Roach count is just so much better
I think Sniper was waiting for his own +2, hoping it was ahead before he goes for any kind of an attack. But he's set up a nice little concave here. Sen, though, has a few more roaches, I think. He's going in. Sen has just sent a bunch of his units up to the top to try and counter the units going in the back as well. Fungal's down on everything. but Sniper just has a few more roaches.
Yeah, he does. He's got a much better concave as well. And as you mentioned, some of Sen's roaches went to the top, which for him seemed like a smart decision, but unfortunately, that allowed Sniper to just crush the main roach army. Look at the supply dropping like crazy for Sen.
No.
181, and even though Sniper's got some of the worst GVZ in the GSL, it looks like he's going to take out our Taiwanese pro right now, 2-0.
Yeah, Sen is in such huge trouble right now. There's still a dozen roaches alive there. He's trying to get his spine colors back in position. He's trying to get some more infestors down here, but the infested Terrans have popped out. They're going to be able to kill off the spine crawler. Queens are joining the battle, and once that group of more than a dozen roaches joins the battle for Sniper, then I think we're going to see Sen have to leave the game. He's making one last stand with Queens and roaches. Is he going to be able to hold off? Sniper moves in and surrounds everything, and I think we're about to see GG. Unfortunately, Sen, despite doing very well in the first round, has been taken out by MVP Sniper.
Sniper doing great builds in these two games. He's even got +1 Carapace finishing up now, Moltrap, and to be perfectly honest, I feel like he was just one step ahead this entire game. He even has Burrow, Sen does not, so he's been able to burrow his roaches to heal them. GG! Sniper, 2-0s, Gamania Sen, taking out our last foreigner. The GSL now is a foreigner-less tournament.
Right. Only Koreans in Code A at this point. Sniper is going to advance to the next round, and you know what? You've got to hand it to him.
Yeah,
even though he's traditionally been pretty bad at Zerg versus Zerg, he did play very solidly. His builds were crisp. He had the better builds and the better macro, I guess, in that last game especially. And he's going to go to the third round, which means he is guaranteed the up and down matches and has a chance in the third round of Code A to get a spot straight into Code S if he wins that match.
I mean, just consider some things in this game. I feel Sniper just took every slight risk that Sen did not. He went hatch first. Sen went gas first. He went for the faster lair. He went for the faster third, even slightly, but it was faster. Everything he did was just a little bit more risky than his opponent, and it paid off for him. He had the burrow. Sen did not. He had the higher roach count because he started roach production faster. He got his gases up at his third base faster. He got more infestors out. He had the better concave. He had roach speed first, even though that never came into play. He was just always one step ahead of Sen in every way. And I feel like, yeah, in ZVZ sometimes that's a little bit risky, but Sniper just consistently just pushed a little bit further and further ahead, and he just had too much for Sen.
And it all kind of started with, I mean, Sen, I feel like he saw that Sniper had his expansion up earlier, and I felt like Sen was playing from behind, like mentally. Like he was playing as if he had to catch up, and so he was playing too defensively. He's like, well, I don't know if I can risk getting a lair right now, while Sniper's like, well, okay, well, this is the time for a lair. I need to get it, and he just ended up getting a step ahead in that sense. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here, but I kind of had that impression. We're going to take a quick break, though, before we get into the next match. Do not go anywhere, and make sure to check out the other stream as well. Caldor's over there casting the other matches. We'll see you guys in a few.
See ya.